Yes. Good evening. How are
Hello,
you? Hi.
I'm fun. I'm fantastic, ma'am. How about you, ma'am?
I'm also doing great. Thank you so much for asking.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm so excited. For last half an hour, I'm just waiting. The reply will come or not. I just keep watching on my email ID whether we
Mm-hmm.
will meeting today or not. Maybe ma'am will be stuck somewhere. But finally, I
Uh-huh.
got your email. So
Mm-hmm,
thank you
mm-hmm.
for giving me a great opportunity.
You're
So I
welcome.
was
And thank you so much for connecting to me and sending me the email.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much, really. And one more thing, ma'am, I want to tell you that I was not expecting the reply would come so fastly within 2 hours yesterday. I just scrolling or I just watching your videos. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Less thoughts come just in my mind. Yeah, just email to ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Just let's take a chance. What happens? Because
Mm-hmm.
earlier I have sent one mail, ma'am, Gazala, ma'am. I think from
Mm-hmm.
UP, Ghazala something name, but she didn't respond. So it was the second one, and you know as you I'm the first one, or it will be my first talk on YouTube as a
Wow.
on Zoom call YouTuber with
Mm.
ma'am or
Mm-hmm.
so it was
Great.
really matlab first good great
Mm.
feeling means
I can see the excitement and the
yes
happiness on your face
yeah
itself. And
yeah
yesterday only I just made to-do list for myself for today itself. And I guess you
okay
mentioned about yourself all the things, and I thought let me just book the session immediately. Um,
yeah
Actually,
short
there
shorts
are.
I just yes
Mm-hmm.
ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. Go on.
Yeah, I just short description I had given. I think
Mm. Mm-hmm,
very
mm-hmm.
short, so maybe you get know the idea.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why you
Okay.
accepted.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So now I would love to know about yourself.
Yeah, ma'am. Sure. Yes, ma'am. Definitely, I would tell myself in a brief.
Mm-hmm.
As my name is Deepak, ma'am, and I'm from Chandigarh, and I have been working in a public sector, basically Punjab and Haryana High Court, as a secretary to
Mm-hmm.
honorable justices. So for last 10 years I've been in public sector, ma'am. I'm graduated
Mm-hmm.
and I have completed my graduation in 2013 year, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So
13.
after
Okay.
that, 2013. After that, I've been working, ma'am. So these days for last 1.5 years, I've been just searching or just enhancing my English skills.
Mm-hmm.
I have associated with two, three platforms, but nothing fruitful gained from there.
Mm-hmm.
So So last 1 month I have been following you, ma'am. So
Okay.
am learning from your videos. Earlier, what I was doing, ma'am, I was listening randomly to different
Mm-hmm.
persons, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So so I feel no, I should concentrate on one trainer or maybe one YouTuber, so that the words he or she is using in his in his language or in his skills, na
Mm-hmm.
pronunciation or say in our words, so that will somehow stuck in my mind or keep in my mind, so that is very helpful. So I have been following you and I have been learning from you much more, so it
Mm-hmm.
is helping me somewhere, ma'am, in English to improve or in order to improve my English skills.
Hmm, that
So
means
that's
a
all.
lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ma'am. And as far as my hobby, ma'am, these days, ma'am, just I have been doing just English content, watching or listening English content only, ma'am, for last
Mm-hmm.
2 to 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm married. I have blessed with two daughters,
Wow.
and I've been living, yeah, ma'am. And they're small, just 2.5 year, and one is just 2 months. 2 months.
Oh, she's so,
Yeah, ma'am.
I guess, little, just 2 months old.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all. Thank you so much, ma'am.
So right now you are at your home?
Yeah, ma'am. Right now at home. Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So you live with your family only there in Chandigarh itself?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
I live within a joint my family. parents,
Hmm.
my wife, who is also working in a
So
public
you're
sector.
working in Chandigarh and you are from Chandigarh to itself.
No, no, basically brought and brought up here, ma'am, from Chandigarh, all over. Here I
Hmm.
born, here I studied, then I'm
Wow.
doing job here, luckily.
Didn't you ever think to go somewhere else, shift somewhere else, or try something else?
No, ma'am. Well, luckily, maybe my upbringing was such that I can't somewhere
Hmm.
stay because so by luckily or by God grace, I am settled in a within a tri city or within my city.
Great.
So yeah,
That's great.
ma'am.
Even Chandigarh is like I have just heard about Chandigarh that it's a very, very
Um,
great city.
pretty beautiful, yes, ma'am.
But I never ever been to Chandigarh
Welcome,
yet.
ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. Whenever you come, please let me know, ma'am.
Sure, sure. Definitely. Nowadays, I have students like subscribers you can call and people who are talking to me
Yeah,
from different states, and the good part is they all love me a lot. They always say that
yeah,
we
ma'am.
want to meet you. So whenever you come, just tell us. This is, I guess, great. And I haven't started yet my journey of exploring the India
Okay,
first. And I think only
okay.
India is my wish to explore and visit different places. I don't think out of going out of the country. I don't admire that much. I don't know why, but I think our India is the full of culture, variety already. So I want
Yeah,
to
ma'am.
enjoy that.
Definitely.
That is a strength of
Me too,
India.
also, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so that's what I like, and maybe in future, definitely I would visit. I hope so.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, ma'am.
Okay,
Most
so
welcome, ma'am. Most welcome.
okay, but before, like right now, your hobbies are watching videos or maybe doing something only in English. Prior to that,
Hmm.
what did you enjoy a lot doing in your free time?
Ma'am, basically from last 2 to 3 years, if I talk, just ma'am, randomly movies, with my family or with my wife, just went out. Nothing else. I'm
Mm.
not fond of. Yes, I just means I have to watch movies. Just randomly, whatever comes in mind, just enjoy the things, ma'am.
Wow. So same. You, I guess,
Yeah,
so easygoing person.
yes, ma'am.
Great.
Anybody can means persuade me, means you can say I'm not
Mm.
a yes, if I want to do this, so that if
Mm.
anybody wants
You
to do something from me, then you can take granted or
accompanied
maybe
them always.
yes, yes,
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's great to know about you. Okay, do I need to introduce myself too?
ma'am. Most of the things I know, but as we are meeting for the first time, I would like to know about yourself too, ma'am.
Sure, sure, sure. So, as you know already, my name is Rajni. I'm from Shri Ganganagar, Rajasthan. Shri Ganganagar is
Yeah,
basically located on the border of Punjab itself. Yeah.
yes,
And I have done my graduation in Korean language from JNU New Delhi. And if I talk about my hobbies, I love reading books, talking to people. Nowadays, I enjoy writing too. And apart from that, I run a YouTube channel. I provide paid sessions to beginners and to intermediates. And simultaneously, I am learning the English language in order to become the
yes,
advanced speaker. Yeah, that's all about me. Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
ma'am. Thank you,
I
ma'am.
want to know, you had the love marriage or arranged marriage?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I had love marriage, ma'am.
Wow. So lucky. I was so lucky. Like she
Yes,
got a person like you is so calm, composed, easygoing. Do let me know. Do you know
yes.
how to cook?
No, ma'am, not at
No.
all. Even wife always
Okay.
tells or scolds me to learn something, but even as we are, ma'am, I'm living with my parents somewhere, ma'am. You will notice where there are parents, na, ma'am. If male persons want to do something, then there is a some communication from parent side. Yeah, maybe I feel so.
Mm.
So if we are living independent, so maybe I can learn so many things
Mm. 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 Mm.
according to
Mm.
situation. So I think so maybe.
Mm. And what your wife does?
And she also in a public sector. She's also in a court, ma'am.
Oh wow. And she completes
Yeah.
all the household chores. Then she goes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
She's again, I can say,
We-
very great person, I guess. Like she is able to manage both the things all together and like working and then completing all the things. And even nowadays, she is taking care of two kids too.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am. Really.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's full of responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So somewhere
Okay. So if
it's
I
going well,
ask
ma'am.
you, great. If I
Yeah,
ask
ma'am.
you that I am like, if I'm looking for a guy for marriage and all, what are the things I should first check or see in a guy, according to you?
Ma'am, as far I would tell you what I have been going through, है ना, like love marriage, ma'am. Ma'am,
Mm,
as we know, every aspects or pros and cons of every situation is there, ma'am, है ना. So in
mm-hmm.
a love marriage, first I would say, ma'am, sometimes I feel it's good, but sometimes I feel, yeah, no, arranged marriage is far better than love marriage, ma'am.
Mm,
Because of, ma'am, when person of man when female or male persons we used to know before marriage, है ना ma'am, before last before marriage we have been together 2 to 3 years prior to marriage. So most of the things the female partners know about us.
mm,
Most of the things we used to tell to each other, the bonding,
mm,
in a 3 years you know each other about each other.
hmm,
So sometimes when you get married, when you got married, ma'am, then thereafter, when you and ma'am, one thing the person, है ना, we know means we know properly after marriage, ma'am. When persons living with 24 hours, ma'am,
actually, with you. Mm,
then we know the particular or exactly, yeah, is the nature or
mm,
she knows about us and I know about her. Then fluctuations come sometimes, but we manage, है ना, because we
mm,
gone through a love marriage. We somehow manage our parents, a lot of things. We have to calm, ma'am. One person has to calm always, ma'am. So sometimes
mm,
I don't. Sometimes she manage. So this is the life,
mm.
ma'am. So
Yes.
in a arranged marriage, I can say, in a arranged marriage, if I would say, ma'am, then the things 2 to 3 years, as I said, ma'am, है ना, 2 to 3 years we know it to each other, है ना. So but अब arrange में क्या होता है, ma'am? It takes 2 to 3 years initially, then maybe thereafter some same problem happens or not. I can't say anything on that aspect. But in a love marriage,
Mm,
somewhere I feel, ma'am, because now
mm,
it's 6 years, I think, marriage, है ना, since our marriage. So a lot of things I get to know, a lot of things I have learned from marriage. How and
mm.
now this is the second phase of as we are parenthood enjoying them.
Yeah, that
So
also
it's a
is
good.
there now.
Ma'am.
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's good, ma'am. We have to manage ourselves. Nobody will come. So somehow
Hmm.
it's going well, or hope so it will be going
Mm,
like
that
that
that's
or
about
always.
your journey that you got to know about her earlier.
Yeah,
She
ma'am.
got to know about you. But I'm asking if I
Yeah, ma'am.
am looking for somebody, what should I see? What should I actually
Ma'am, firstly,
consider?
firstly, brief in a brief or on a one line, I would say, ma'am, our approach, our mindset should match, ma'am. Should be matched, ma'am. Because
Okay.
somewhere, ma'am, although it's not possible in every case, but somewhere you should do such a thing, or you should ask such a things, or you should know the things in which your mentality or your approaches
Mm,
match. Then it will be much more better
mm,
after marriage or feel good, ma'am. Because the understanding is the main, ma'am. Understanding when your approaches matches, है ना. So
mm-hmm,
I think so. It will be the main. Rest of the things depends on situations. But one thing I would say, approach
mm.
towards his
Mindset.
or her or mindset
Mm.
madness.
I feel these days it even in today's generation, in today's era, it's a bit challenging to
Yeah,
think,
ma'am. Really,
to
ma'am.
find So little
Yes, ma'am.
skeptical
Really.
about all the things. Like I have a lot of things in my mind, but and sometimes it bothers me. Sometimes I feel like let it be. Let's see, we will see it.
Yes, ma'am.
And somewhere I am the person who is like I have my own boundaries, and I can say like uh, the things that I want to maintain in my life, like my
Yeah, ma'am.
habits, my interest, my hobbies, all the things I want to keep.
Yes,
At the same time, I have worked a lot on my like personal nature. Like I am nowadays like I am kind of a easygoing person. If somebody is ready to, you know, make a little adjustments and then go, then I
yeah.
think I will be able to manage it easily. So somewhere I have worked
Okay.
already. Like if somebody, you know, finds me, so he should at least feel like I got really a nice girl in my life. So that's
Yes,
the
ma'am.
only thing I can do, right? So I'm just taking care
Yes,
of
ma'am.
myself, and I'm working on mindset and spirituality and all things. So if somebody finds me, so at least he can feel that, or and if he will
Yeah.
feel like confident and good about me, then maybe we will be able to, you know, manage it
Yes, ma'am.
easily.
Yes.
And I'm ready to understand because nowadays I have already talked to many people, so I know a little
Yeah,
bit
ma'am.
about the mindset, about the behavior, not exactly, but little bit. So I think
Yeah, ma'am.
after a certain period of time, I'll understand the person, and then if there is any change required in me or in the circumstances, according to circumstances, I would definitely love to do that. Otherwise, it is nowadays
Yeah.
it is difficult, challenging to maintain that
Yes,
married
ma'am.
life.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
As we are in a court, ma'am, I can totally
Oh my God.
a lot of such cases we come across, है ना?
Every day,
So
right?
it's very difficult. Yes, ma'am. So
That is why it is
you
little.
can't. Yes, ma'am. You can't imagine that situation. It can be happen. This is the person. If she
Hmm.
can do, she could have done so, ma'am. But luckily, it's also fate. Anybody's fate. Like you can anything, ma'am, है ना?
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
so be
We
positive
should be,
always.
we should be little like we should give our 100% in a positive manner. Rest the
Yes,
things are
ma'am.
like our fate. I also believe in the luck. And somewhere I feel like
Yes,
if
ma'am.
I talk about my luck, I think I'm really lucky. Like all the things happen
But
to me when I observe all the things that happened to me in the past. Everything later turned in a positive way. So at that time when
okay,
something bad happened to me, I was miserable, I was cursing the god or maybe cursing the universe. But later when I got the final result, like when it turned the situation, then I understood like why that thing happened to me. So now I feel like
okay.
everything, every bad thing also happened because I was lucky, and I am still lucky. And
Yes,
that
ma'am.
is why I feel like maybe I'll get the right partner. So let's see
So
what
then
will
don't worry, you will be happy, ma'am, forever. It's blessings to you.
for happiness. I think I feel like we are responsible. So in that manner, I am training again myself, my mind, that
Yes,
I am responsible for my happiness. It should not be in my mind that
yeah,
in future I'll, you know, burden him that you need to take care of my happiness or my health or all the things. I should work this much so I can take care of my happiness
yeah,
at least. And at the same time, I'm working on my expectations too. Like I should keep very
yes,
least expectations from anyone because it's not
yes,
possible
ma'am.
to meet the expectations according to
Yeah,
ourselves. So I'm trying
exactly.
my level best to be the right and best person of anyone's life. Let's see
Yes,
what will
ma'am.
happen.
But ma'am, as persons can manage all the things if
Mm,
she or he knows, ma'am, the mindset, like you are working on mindset.
mm,
So, ma'am, if you know about mindset, है ना, then you can handle any situation easily, ma'am, calmly. Because the manifestation these days, so many YouTube, है ना, just
mm,
boom like a manifestation, law of attractions, NLP, so going on fast, ma'am. Somewhere it is
mm,
helping people, ma'am. I'm also used to listening such kind of YouTubers also. So I am also working on mindset, ma'am, how to keep my mind in a
mm,
stable in that kind of atmosphere, like in a
mm,
judiciary, ma'am. So much
mm,
pressure, so much. So how can I manage? So these
mm,
all are depend on your mindset, ma'am. Just
mm.
depend on your mindset. How you are able to manage your mind.
Absolutely.
Just so
Hmm.
all will be
And
good if you are. Yes, ma'am.
Moreover, I think that it is about intention too. If both
Yes.
people have the right intention to maintain the relationship, to be together, they
Yeah,
can.
ma'am.
If the
Yeah, ma'am.
intention is something
Yes, ma'am.
else, like I want to break it,
I,
then nobody,
then
single
nobody
person
can, yes,
cannot
ma'am.
save that relationship. So that is what I
Yes,
have recently like observed, that intention matters the most. No matter how the
yes,
person
ma'am.
is, the bad, like everybody has some bad habits, some good habits. Like
Yes,
if
ma'am.
you are like, if
Yeah,
I feel that I am full package of the good habits, I'm trying everything. If I find a person who has few bad habits, it's my little responsibility to help him, first tell him and help him to work on these things.
yeah, ma'am.
But if I make the intention, oh, he has some bad habits, I'm not going to work on these things and it's not my responsibility, and I have the intention to break, then he will not be able to save
Yeah,
that. In the same
yes,
way,
ma'am.
vice versa, like
That,
if the person has the same intention to break it, then nobody can save it. That's also matters. So
yes,
intention should be clear. Hmm.
yes, ma'am.
Working a lot in these on these things.
So, ma'am, first
So
question I want to ask you how the question comes in your mind. Have you do you love marriage or arranged marriage?
I don't know these days. Like I'm now 26, so my family members are like looking for the right
Okay,
partner for me. So these
okay,
things,
okay,
like
okay. Right.
always I'm
Just
continuously
going on my
thinking.
mind.
Yeah,
Yeah, ma'am.
although I
Or
don't
it's a good
have.
way to, yes, ma'am,
Mm,
or you are meeting different persons to different
yeah,
perspective.
that is why
You
I'm
come to
asking.
know always, ma'am, you, yeah, ma'am, you will get knowledge much more. It
Oh.
will help somewhere.
And you like deliberately mentioned that I'm married. I have to. So I thought, let me ask,
Yeah,
was it a love or arrange or how it turned?
yeah.
So
No,
basically,
it's a good question.
you guys are trying to maintain. That's good. And I guess if you
Yeah,
both
ma'am.
are in the same field, and if you get those kind
Yeah,
of
ma'am.
cases every day, so I guess you guys are able to understand what is going on and what we should avoid to do that, right? And that's a
Definitely, ma'am. Somewhere it impacts, ma'am, on our mentality also because we spend, ma'am, there 8 to 9 hours daily, ma'am. है ना? So
mm.
lot of cases we come across. So it somewhere it helps. It impacts in your
And that
mentality,
scares
ma'am.
me a lot. Like,
Sometimes it's negative also, ma'am.
that scares me a lot. Like, if you give your 100%, still also the
Yes,
person
ma'am.
is, it doesn't make
Yeah, ma'am.
that vibe or that thing, then it's really challenging, and that is why I'm really skeptical about it. Otherwise, I am ready to adjust a bit or maintain or try to help. And that is why first I always think that I should help myself a lot. So if I am with somebody, so I am already, I guess, prepared all the things for all
Yes,
the
ma'am.
things. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. uh yeah, so do you have any question for me?
Ma'am, I would ask first two questions. Just I'm keeping in my mind since morning.
Okay.
So ma'am, when I got your email, I was at morning. I was doing shadowing practice. As you
Oh.
know, as you talk about shadowing, what will I
Hmm.
talk here, ma'am? Today I will meet you, ma'am. And first time it was my conversation.
Mm-hmm.
How is it going? How it will go? Then I was chirping on my mind. Yes,
Mm.
this I will tell you first. I will this. I will this. I will this. Then two questions, ma'am. As I'm in what inspires me to learn or spoken English, ma'am, is first thing, ma'am, as I'm in atmosphere of like judiciary, है ना, ma'am, there
Mm.
is a advocates, judges, we daily meets, ma'am. So
Mm.
I am full exposure of English language or,
Mm.
है ना, ma'am. So somewhere, ma'am, I'm lacking. I've been searching for last 2 to 3 years. I should improve myself, but I'm not able to. Maybe I'm not somewhere I practice, ma'am, 6 to 8 months writing part. But thereafter,
Mm.
sudden circumstances came, I left the practice. Then
Mm.
some thereafter, I think grammar part I should concentrate for grammar part. I did some practice for 1 month, and thereafter circumstances come as such. Then left that practice.
Mm.
Then there is a platform Fluent Life, I think, ma'am. Then
Okay.
I joined there, ma'am. But
Mm-hmm.
ma'am, I was not comfortable because they are, ma'am, studying on a app basis, like,
Mm-hmm.
you have to work on app, then you have to submit. But I'm not comfortable on that. Then I left that. Then I was searching that one to one or is a conversation where we are meeting or है ना, that will
Mm,
be wonderful for me if I would find someone mentor like. So
mm,
ma'am, second English learning English is that whenever I ma'am, like I have to type big judgments from 30, 20, 30 pages है ना, judgments ma'am in a code. Then what I observe ma'am, in a small, when I type or when I small paragraph 10, 20 lines है ना, then I come to know this is the mistake here. Here I have to add this, or I can add this, or paragraph sentence making is correct.
mm,
When I type ma'am 20, 30 pages means thousand, so many words you can say. Then there is a lot of mistakes happens. Somewhere it SES, somewhere has have.
mm,
So I want to know which grammar is a vast ma'am. है ना? There is so many concepts.
mm,
Which concept or which chapters I should more concentrate so that these silly mistakes uh,
mm,
get come, or I can means reduce. I can reduce this type of problems, ma'am. So which
mhm.
grammar part I should focus so that I can improve my professional life also, ma'am.
First, you should understand yourself, and that is what I understood till now. That you have shared,
Yeah,
you
ma'am.
have the exposure.
Yeah,
Because of
ma'am.
the exposure, what happened to you is the habit of making mistakes improved. What happens? Whatever we
Okay.
practice, that improves. So if you are practicing
Yes,
correct
ma'am.
English, why improved? Because you deliberately didn't pay attention towards the mistakes. You were avoiding mistakes,
Yes.
and unconsciously you were not aware that these mistakes are improving. Now your mind is
Hmm.
habitual of making those mistakes because you
Yeah, maybe
practiced
yes,
them
ma'am.
multiple times as you have the exposure. You speak every day. You make the mistake. You repeat the mistake every single day. You are repeating the mistakes. So your mind
Yes, ma'am.
did the practice of making the mistakes. Now you have to break that.
Yeah, ma'am.
Understood? Yeah. So it is
Yes,
always
ma'am.
mandatory when people start practicing. I always tell that start recording at the same time. So find the mistake and remove it and keep in mind from next time. Like if you will not be able to remove it entirely next time, at least you will become aware immediately after making mistake. Okay, this was the mistake I made last time too, and again. People keep making the same mistake because of this reason, because they are habitual of making the same mistake. They're repeating multiple times. That is why I have seen many people, they are making mistakes, but instead of focusing on a particular pattern or particular thing, they keep speaking, they keep practicing with other learners.
Mm.
It is good to
Yes,
practice
ma'am.
every day, but at the same time, simultaneously, you have to focus on the patterns you are making mistake in.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, ma'am.
So now you are aware, I guess, the areas like when you write, SES. I have also heard you when you are making mistakes in SES. Sometimes if you are using plural, we listens, no, we listen. So then you are using
Yeah.
SES. There you should always use V1 form, right? So if you are aware now, it is your responsibility to work on it. If you are aware, still you are not working, then you are repeating and you are training your mind to keep making the mistakes.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
have to stop your mind right
Even
there.
okay. Even though I know, ma'am, as yes, whenever I write, na, ma'am, it comes to my mind. Yes, he, she, it with yes, yes, singular and plural.
Hmm.
It's first time talk. Maybe it's first time talk with someone. That's why I'm committing. Or in a hurry, I am committing mistakes. I think so, ma'am. When I sit and a lonely, na, ma'am, and I randomly talk with my mind any topic. So then I feel, yeah, no, it's good English. Just it's time to talk with someone. And daily, ma'am, we sit in a courtroom 2 to 3 hours, ma'am,
Hmm.
and argument, judges and
Hmm.
advocates keep on,
Hmm.
ma'am. English, है ना? A lot of words comes across our, and 40 to 50 files we have to complete in a day, ma'am.
Hmm.
Then lot of words come across. But how, ma'am? But somewhere maybe. We have to just at that time we have to just finish our work. Just only one aspect
Mm.
going on my mind. Yeah, we have to finish by 5 6. Then we don't we ignored the problems, ma'am, like
Yeah.
SCS. And when judge
Mm.
corrected our files, and files come in our table, then we just correct it as it comes. We
Mm.
not go through thoroughly. Yeah, acha ye this is the this mistake, it happens, it will not, we know, we don't apply our mind at that time. We have just go.
Mm.
Yeah, we have to
Mm.
finish our work by 6 o'clock, then we
Mm.
will able to reach the house by 8 o'clock. Otherwise I will, ma'am, maybe it's 9 or 10 maybe, because there is so much work, ma'am, there is so much pressure, and there is lot of
Mm.
files you have to type daily. You can't linger next day. 40 50
Mm.
files and a different
Yeah.
file, every file is different.
Mm.
So just
Mm.
I want to know how can I improve these, how can I spoken English. I know, ma'am, I have to practice as much as I am spoken, or I will speak to someone, then it will be improved
Mm.
gradually, ma'am, not in a single
Absolutely.
day. So
Absolutely. But one practice I can suggest you. See, you are a
yeah,
working
ma'am.
professional, you have less spare time. That is again an issue.
Yeah, ma'am.
At the same time, you want to
Yeah,
improve,
ma'am.
right? So, what you should do is
Yeah,
like
ma'am.
in my case, I don't get much time for each practice. Okay, so nowadays, recently, I have created another timetable for me. So, writing was already, I have mentioned in the to do list, which I did do thrice a week. It means only on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 9 p.m. So today at 9 p.m. I'll do the with the group of people. You have already seen on my YouTube channel that I do
Yeah,
that.
ma'am.
So
Yeah, ma'am.
thrice a week, 3 days a week, I'm able to maintain that. Okay. And it is
Okay.
helping me. So what you can do is pick two practices kind of, and you can make kind of schedule properly where you can mention 2 days a week you will cover two grammar patterns like this,
Okay.
or 3 days a week you will do the speaking practice using simple present tense like this. Make a proper plan for a month where you can mention 2 days a week I'll do that, in next week for 3 days a week I'll do that. So in between where there is no task you have assigned to yourself, your mind will feel free. At the same time, if any situation comes or if any urgent work comes, you don't need to think that okay, I broke the routine. Otherwise our mind thinks again that okay, I just break the routine, now I am not able to maintain again. But if you make the
Yeah,
proper
ma'am.
plan and give already the breaks, your mind will be able to cover or complete all the other things in the given days, in the breaks. That will help you.
Okay.
For working professionals, I guess this is the right thing to incorporate in your daily habit, I would say,
Yeah, ma'am.
like creating a routine where they can do thrice a week or twice a week and maintain
Okay,
it.
ma'am. Because yes, ma'am. Because I have only at morning, ma'am, five
Mm.
to or 6 to 7. Because at evening I can't say, or I can't commit to someone here. I will be available because sometime it happen.
How are
It's
you
seven
available
o'clock.
today here at 7?
By luckily, ma'am. By luckily, today I got free by 6:30, 6:15.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned the
So
time that.
yeah.
Uh,
Ma'am.
mhm.
At morning, it was also one of the reason I was thinking, yeah, maybe I will be free today by 7 o'clock. I had promised to someone, or I have written. By
Mhm.
luckily, it happens. Free. I got free by timely. Then we are
Mhm.
now as we connected.
Okay, then we have to wind this session up right here now. And I hope that I answered your question and that would help
One more
you.
thing, ma'am.
Go
One
ahead.
more thing I want. If ma'am, I want to join, like, is the your writing part schedule, so maybe you
Mm.
can discuss or here if you feel, maybe.
Okay. Writing for this month, we have already started and we covered 4 sessions already. So you can
Okay,
share your WhatsApp number. In next month, I will start the new group and then I can inform you.
okay,
Then you can join it.
okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am. You can
Yeah,
share your number, ma'am, by email,
sure.
so that I can keep
Yeah,
on
yeah,
touch
sure,
with
sure.
you, ma'am.
There are many people who have already shared that in the next group we want to join, the next group we want to join. So before even announcing, people are joining. Like I have already for this month seats are booked because I cannot take many people in one group. Otherwise, the it will be like kind of a horse pose, or we will not be able to listen
Yes,
to
ma'am.
others attentively. That is
Yes,
why.
ma'am.
But next month for sure, I'll add you in the group. Okay,
Ma'am,
I'll inform.
in a yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing, like I want to also somewhere thinking about YouTube channel, ma'am. है
Mm-hmm.
ना? Like this is the first conversation. If I do this regularly on, है ना, on weekly weekends on a weekends, can it be happen, or what should I
Yeah.
do if I start channel, then what it will be the strategy, how and whom to I contact first before 10K subscriber, or Arjun, it's something.
Do not think much about the content, quality, subscribers. Only thing that I have to practice. There are a lot of YouTubers already have mentioned their email IDs like me. You can just start
Yeah,
sending
ma'am.
emails, start talking to them, but do not make the same mistake that if you know you are making mistakes, but still you are practicing with the mistakes. No, they will pile up
Okay,
in your mind. Start
okay,
rectifying the mistakes simultaneously, which is mandatory. Only then you will be able. How I am able to speak correct English now? Sometimes I make mistakes, but most of the time I'm able to speak now the correct English. But earlier I was not. But at that same time, people, so many people I know started with me when I started my journey, but still they are making mistakes. Even some people I know they started prior me, still they are making mistakes
okay,
because they are practicing. But the mistakes they used to make still are making because they are not focusing
okay, ma'am.
separately on the mistake, which is the biggest mistake I guess learners make. Because the mind is
Okay.
monkey mind, it doesn't want to work.
Yeah, ma'am.
And we
Really,
are
ma'am.
like, okay, I just go with the listening and speaking. That doesn't work. We have to focus on all four modules, simultaneously focus on the mistakes, rectify, record. A lot of things are there. Only then somebody can become good at English, honestly. Yeah.
Okay. So, in a one line, you can give me a feedback, ma'am. How is it intermediate or is a beginner level? I should
English
more
is
concentrate.
intermediate, like you are able to speak, you are able to present yourself, you are able to construct sentences. But I would say grammar, there are a lot of mistakes in grammar. Like
Oh,
with singular, you are using plural verbs, or with plural pronouns, you are using singular verbs. And here
yeah,
and
ma'am.
there, you are using some Hindi words too, hana, na,
Yeah, ma'am.
something like
Yes,
that.
yes. Ma'am.
So that also you can remove. Yeah. For that reason, you can start practicing with people. Okay. Now,
Okay, ma'am.
okay, I have to wind this session. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Then
sure.
it was really lovely talking to you. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with me and giving your precious time. It was really lovely talking to you.
Thank you so much, and me too also, ma'am. It was
You're
really
welcome.
wonderful. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much, ma'am. And we
Bye
will meet you
bye.
again, ma'am. We will
Sure.
meet you again after 2 to 3 months. Then you will see the changes, ma'am.
Sure. Sure. Sure.
Definitely.
Sure. Bye bye.
Okay, ma'am. Bye, bye, ma'am. Take care. Bye.
You too.